What's up, guys? Today I'm going to go over my auto water change system. It changes a lot of water in this place. I'm going to go through the whole system. I'm going to start with the filters, but I'm going to show you from beginning to end. Whenever I watch my old videos, which I have several of them, if I pretend that I've never done this and I'm just looking for ideas, I'm like, where does the hell does the water go? How do you get it out of there? So this time I'm going to go through everything, and I hope you enjoy. So this is the filter. We're going to start with the filter first. You can kind of... Alright, there's a 2x4 in the way. You're going to get it anyway. No. Okay, this is the filter system. I actually have two, so we're going to look at this one. I got this on eBay for 60 bucks. It's just a simple, basic 3-chamber filter system, home filter system. The first one is sediment, and then I have 2 carbon blocks. And I did a lot of research, and I think Bulk Reef Supply did a video that made me do this. The last one never gets changed. And the reason for that is, yes, the carbon might be spent in it. That they found that old chlorine block or carbon blocks remove ammonia. New ones do not. So if I put 2 new ones in, I'd have a slight ammonia spike in my tanks. They'd probably be okay, but you know, and it saves money to just do one. I do it every 3 months. This one I've only done once, and I've had the system maybe 8 months. And you can go by color. You can see it's obviously clear. So every 3 months, never. Now, since it's 8 months, next time I might just put this one over there and finally do away with it. I mean, it can only last so long. It has these little, I forgot what they're called, these fittings, shark bite fittings. The line's very cheap. You know, the stuff is a little more pricey at Lowe's, but you'll have it now versus going to Home Depot or ordering it on eBay, where it's obviously cheaper, but you gotta wait. You know, it's the price you pay, or Amazon, whatever you decide. So here's the wrench. This goes on there. You can unscrew it, change it, has O-rings, does not leak. Okay, let's start from the beginning. There is the very beginning. You need to buy a potable water hose for drinking. If you buy a regular garden hose, one, they're not as strong. These are 17.5%. I don't know if they're stronger or not. They look like it. Now this is actually my second one. The first one I had a leak right here because I got plastic. This one I made sure to get metal. I put a little bit of Teflon tape because it's basically on 24 hours a day. I do turn it off whenever I go to work because I don't want a leak happening, and my wife will come down here and like, what am I supposed to do in this mess? Make sure, food grade water hose. You don't want rubber or any chemicals leaching out in your tanks because this is going to be on all the time. Okay, runs along the floor, around here, up to a pressure regulator. Now I got this pressure regulator, guess where I got it? eBay. And it's for a garden hose. I think it's 3/4 inch or 5/8, but you'll say garden hose thread. And you can turn this little knob. Now, sorry for the gurgling. You always want, what I use is the drip system, drip irrigation. They want 20 psi. So you turn your water on after you have everything set up. You adjust your psi. You turn your water on, and you can turn this little knob with a screwdriver down to 20. It does stay a little. It's not even on now, but no, it's barely on right now. Not even enough to hit 20. Okay, this has a screen in it to block out any big chunks before it goes into this nipple. This is a garden hose thread to 1/4 inch. It's a black hose, so I'm gonna follow my finger. Now I have a T here. That other filter system I just showed you, this piece goes all the way over there, and this piece goes into this filter system. I didn't show you this one because it's kind of behind the rack a little. And this is the same filter system that I have on the other one. So let's follow it. Now it's white right here. Here's a T. The first one, this one really shouldn't be underwater, but it is. See that little red thing? 2 gallons per hour. We're gonna do some math whenever I get done. Okay, then I actually have black hose coming out. See, there's both of my hoses right there. I have little sticky hooks. Because remember that one T is over here and one comes from the filter. So they go along the wall, back behind here, back through the corner. Kind of messy. Look, I just have tape. Alright, and then the one that comes from that filter goes to 3. Let me see. Since I'm making a video, I guess I'll show it. Even though the fish are not going to like this. You see them? See them dripping? There's actually 3. There's 2 on this side and 1 on this side. I put a T in the line and then I just put right to the, those are 2 gallon per hour drip emitters, irrigation. And I have another one over here. But I'm not lifting up that's glass. Okay, from that T, they come down to the 75, which has another 2 gallon per hour. So that filter over here, its purpose is the rack, the 350, and that 75. And now you remember where I teed it off over by the filter. It actually comes over here. And here's my other filter. Now this filter is just for the 1,000 gallon. Comes in right here through all the filters. Oh, sorry guys. Out into a T, and this is kind of cool. Drinking water goes through the filtration system. It doesn't touch any fish. Doesn't touch any fish water, and we get our drinking water from here. Okay, so it goes out that way, around the 75. Sorry. You know, I have black and white hose, so then they just mix whatever. Okay, runs up here. Here's one emitter. Holy cow. Where are you? Here you are. Get out of there. See it? And this one is a 12 gallon per hour emitter. Okay, so that's how all the water, the filtered clean water, gets to the tanks for auto water change. Now, since we're on the last tank, let's show how they get out. Every one of my tanks, either in the tank or the sump, have a bulkhead, 3/4 inch bulkhead. See it back there? You don't see this side of the tank often. There's a pipe coming from the bulkhead into a hose, into PVC pipe down there. I try to make this the highest elevation. I try to use gravity. Okay, we'll follow this pipe. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to show. Okay, you can kind of see. There's the pipe. I guess I kind of used some black pipe right there. I use whatever I have. There's a bulkhead and this little sump here. So once it goes up to a certain level, it goes out, and that's teed back there. Sorry if you can't see that well, but I'm not just putting spotlight in every crevice. Okay, down to that PVC. You follow the PVC. It goes into the 350 sump. There's a bulkhead that you can not even see because there's jungle safari in here. But it goes into a T-fitting there. Oh, I want to show you guys something real quick. See those plants I just showed you? Alright, this tank's like 6 foot tall with the stand. Look. The plants, that's from the sump. It grew back behind the tank. Like, that's huge. Anyway. Following the wall. Looks gross back there, like a dungeon. There's the pipe still. See, it's getting lower and lower. See that 2x4? Kind of cut them so it staggers lower and lower as it goes. The last T-fitting is on the rack system, which was recent. That's what it looks like coming out of the tank. See how straight out of the bulkhead down. And now the other ones sometimes, like the first tank that's 75, just goes straight into the T-fitting. This one's so low I had to actually bring it down into the T-fitting. I don't glue them because there's no pressure in there. Okay, now I'm going to use a flashlight since I'm holding it. The pipe goes there, actually goes on the floor underneath this tarp and crap. There it is. Goes along here. Now it's straight on the floor, and I got lucky that it was low enough to clear the door. Okay. Under all this, by all this junk. Now I had a problem. I rent this house, so I couldn't drill through the wall. So what I did was I put a old garden hose I had on. I put a fitting on. That way it would fit under the door and I could still close it. And this is the utility closet. And this is where I keep the old hoses. And there's the hose. Straight into, let's make it better. Let's see, shit. Okay. I actually just cracked open a can of beer or something. That's where I was just changing water, so it stays going down this drain, and it's such a little bit that it doesn't matter. The fittings I have actually, see, I'm going flashlight crazy now, shining shit that I can see just fine. I have a whole box of fittings here. Rainbird, that's who I use. 2 gallon per hour drippers. Pressure compensating. Get pressure compensating. That way the first one won't be blasting, and the one that all the way at the end of the line is just a little piss. It compensates, evens out the pressure in the whole line, which is nice. Trying to think real quick if I missed anything before I turn it in this video. Oh, let's do some math. So we'll do the rack first. The rack has a 2 gallon per hour drip emitter times 24 hours a day is obviously 48 gallons a day, and in a week that's 336 gallons a week. And there's obviously 40 gallons, so that's 120 system, so that's 336 gallons a week. That's a lot more water change than a lot of people do. Now I know that's not all fresh water. Some fresh water drips out too, but it runs through the whole system. 350 has 3 2 gallon per hour drip emitters. That's 6 gallons an hour. Times 24 is 144 gallons a day. 144 times 7 is 1,008 gallons a week. So that's pretty good for a 350 gallon. The 75 is the same as the rack. It only has a 2 gallon per hour, which is a lot for just a 75. Now the 1,000, it has a 2 gallon per hour and a 12 gallon per hour emitter, which is 14 gallons per hour, which is 336 gallons a day. A week, 2,352 gallons. And just for fun, I did a month on this one, 9,408. So you see they get a lot of water change. So you see it's not so hard. Once you get all your measurements and you're planning ahead and get some ideas. This is one way to do it. There's a lot of ways to do it. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.